Hi everyone, I'm back. This week's Parsha is Parshat Vayechi. And this week's Parsha, we're ending the book of Vayechi. Next week we're getting ready to start the Parsha of Shemot. And given that I'm back in Israel, back at Vayechi right now, which is such an amazing experience, I think it's very appropriate to go back to my roots and talk about fish as well. And something we've spoken about in the past, actually with this week's Parsha as well, is that in this week's Parsha, Yaakov gives Yosef and Bnei Israel a very interesting blessing. And he says that in the famous song, Hamalach Hagoel Oti, the angel is going to protect us, the people of Israel, ends with V'yidgu larov b'kerav haaretz, you will multiply amongst the land, right? And it says V'yidgu, meaning it's a word which means multiply, but the shoresh, the root of this word is dag, is fish. And again, we've spoken about this in the past, but I just heard a very beautiful take on this word, v'yidgu, and this pasuk, this verse, from my Rabbi Moshe Peleach right here at Vayechi. And it goes as follows. There are really two ways that, right, what does it mean that Bnei Israel, the children of Israel, are being compared to fish here, right? So, as a fish expert, I could say, fish, what do they do, right? There's some fish that travel alone, right? But on a larger scale, your migratory fish that end up swimming all over the place travel in something called a school, right? They travel in these groups, and that's one reason why. It's a very simple reason, but that's one of the reasons why Bnei Israel, the Jewish people, are compared to fish here. It's because as a nation, sometimes we travel individually, but when in times of need, we always end up traveling in schools, and we're always stronger when we travel in schools, just like fish. Same idea. And the second idea is a little more complex and one that I resonate more with. That being, fish can't live without water, right? If they stop swimming, they don't have oxygenated water flowing through their gills, and they end up dying. They need water, the flow of water through their gills, in order to live. It's very simple. No water, no life. And there's a famous saying in the Gemara that Ein Mayim Ela Torah. There's no water except Torah, right? Likening the fish's source of nourishment from the water, life source from the water, to Torah for the Jewish people. It's the same thing. And my Rebbe was telling me a story from Masechet Makot, I believe, in which Rabbi Akiva is learning Torah. Although the Romans are coming to kill him, his students ask him, they say, Rabbi Akiva, why are you still learning Torah? You know that this is going to get you killed. And he said, well, it's something along the lines of fish in the water, right? They see these nets coming for them, and they have a choice, right? The fish could jump out of the water, or they could keep swimming and deal with the net. They could try getting around the net, right? If the fish jumps out of the water, they're taken out of their environment, and they're going to die. The net presents a challenge. It really does. But if the fish takes itself out of the water, it's going to die. So it has to work around the challenge within its own environment to get through it. And I think this is something that really resonated with me being here now, is that the Jewish people, we have to realize that Torah, again, is our water. And when we're taken out of our water, when we get put in positions where we're not able to learn Torah, or when we get taken out of our land, or we're not able to be here in Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, we're like a fish out of water, right? We're going to end up dying. It's an unfortunate reality, but that's what it is. Our life source is Torah, is this land. They're synonymous. So I think my bracha to everyone this week is that regardless of where we are in the world, we should all be able to grasp onto that Torah we have, that water we have, so to speak, and hold it tight for as long as we can. And we should all travel in a school all back to this great land of Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel. And with that, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.